Brother lads, welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal have been linked with a shock move to Diogo Jota from Liverpool. I would love that. We're going to be talking about that deal. We'll be talking about Ademola Lookman as well. Like I said in the morning, Arsenal are very, very interested in Ademola Lookman for this summer. And we are going to be talking about the second signing of the summer that is believed to be Joan Garcia. Arsenal believe they are going to get that deal done. They believe that everything is in place and Joan Garcia will be our second signing of the summer as per Sami Makbo. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. There is a lot of talk going on who is going to be the new goalkeeper at Arsenal. Like we always do, every single summer we get in a new goalkeeper. So Joan Garcia, one of the players that we tried to sign last summer, is going to be one of the deals we complete in this one. But I want your thoughts on Jota. Very, very interesting story on Diogo Jota. I saw it yesterday and I was like, okay. Then I saw it this morning and I'm like, I'll give it a try and try to see what is coming out. But even more credible sources are coming out to say that Arsenal have an interest in Diogo Jota for this summer. But let's start off with that Sami Makbo story. He believes that the second signing of Arsenal's transfer summer is going to be Joan Garcia from Spain. Arsenal is kind of raiding Spanish clubs and Spanish players this summer. I mean, Martin Zubimendi, Nico Williams, and now Joan Garcia. And I wouldn't be surprised if we go in for another Spanish guy. And this is no surprise again. We have a Spanish manager. You expect him to go and exploit the Spanish market. You expect him to make Arsenal a Spanish thing. Of course, the reason as to why we signed Brazilians earlier on was because of Edu and his links to the Brazilian market. He knew the Brazilian market. He knew Brazilian players and their agents. So you saw a couple of Brazilian connections at Arsenal. Gabriel Magalhães, Gabriel Jesus, and a couple of other players. But now Mikel Arteta being at the center of transfers, looks like Arsenal is going to go Spanish. The same way Arsenal were becoming French with Arsene Wenger at the club. You remember that story, Laurent Koscielny, a couple of players from France, even though they were not French. So Joan Garcia is a highly rated goalkeeper, young, at the moment, I think around 23, 24, around there, that is age bracket. And Arsenal looking for a long-term second choice goalkeeper. He has a release clause of around 25 million euros. And Espanyol last summer told Arsenal, you've got to trigger the release clause. You've got to, if you want to sign him, you've got to trigger his release clause. And that is why, Arsenal said, we're going to walk away. Because Arsenal wanted to pay around 13 million euros for his signature. And they said, no way. We're not giving you this talent for 13 million euros. So what's going to happen this summer? Again, I think there will be rigorous negotiations. I think this summer, Garcia will be on the move. Probably last summer, Espanyol were thinking, let us keep him for some time, right? He's a goalkeeper that has just become our number one. Let's keep him for a whole season and then see how things evolve. But Arsenal very serious on Joan Garcia with multiple reports saying that he could be our second signing of the summer. And I don't have a problem with it. I just feel like since Ramsdale left, Arsenal haven't really got, the kind of player they would want, the kind of number two we would want. A young goalkeeper that is patient, good with his feet, and all those qualities. A player that can provide enough competition to David Raya. So Joan Garcia being that Spanish player, of course, they've got that education playing out from the back. He would be a very, very good fit-in. And for less than 20 million euros for me, I think the deal will be done. The player himself said, I don't have a problem with joining Arsenal. I don't have a problem with leaving Espanyol, and I think it's a deal that would work in favor of Arsenal and also work in my favor as well. So I think at some point in time, we're going to see that Joan Garcia deal get done. But the interesting story today is on Diogo Jota, and I want us to talk about Diogo Jota. Listen, I am not saying Arsenal should sign Diogo Jota as the only striker. But if you can't get Alexander Isak, and you're going to get Benjamin Sesko, I said this before, if you want to get a number 9, you've got to go and get a good backup for that number 9. I don't believe that Kai Havertz is the kind of player or has the kind of centre forward quality where you take off Sesko and you bring on Havertz and everything works well. I don't believe in that. So I think this is where Jota comes in, right? So these are the reports. The reports are saying that Arsenal could make a shocking move for Diogo Jota in the summer. They like him, and they could make a shock move for the player. And I'm a lover it. I'm a lover it. I'm 100% in for Arsenal signing Diogo Jota. It could be a little bit crazy, and it sounds a little bit crazy. And probably it is crazy. Like, why would I want Jota? He's 28, 29. He's past his prime. But I think he's such a very good utility option. When I look at Jota, I think about Leandro Trossard. This kind of player that is so serviceable. I mean, he's injury prone, there's no question about that. But him coming at Arsenal, he's not going to be playing a lot of minutes. And you don't want him to play a lot of minutes. What you want him to do is come off the bench and be that deadly, dangerous substitute. Like, think about this. You have Trossard, who is like really, really good from the bench. And then you have Jota, who is really, really good from the bench as well. And let's say you have Lookman. So Arsenal are trying to win a game. Things are not going their way. You bring on Lookman. Probably not Lookman. You bring on Nwaneri. You bring on Jota. And then you bring on Trossard. That is a whole level of, super subs. Jota is a super sub. Trossard is a super sub, no doubt. And Nwaneri is a super sub as well. So for me, this Jota thing might annoy a couple of Arsenal fans. Why are we going to Liverpool to get their dead wood? Why are we going to Liverpool to get players that they no longer want? I think Jota has fallen out of favor under Slot because of Cody Gakpo. Gakpo has become such an engine, a machine for Liverpool together with Salah. And I think eventually one of Darwin Núñez or Jota was going to leave Liverpool eventually. And I think Liverpool will try to get Isak in the summer. Trust me. They will try to get Isak. If they lose Salah, they'll try to get Isak or a centre forward. We don't know who it's going to be, but they will try to get one. So for me, Jota makes sense in this way. You sign a number 9, but you're looking for a backup. You're looking for someone who can give you cover. That is Diogo Jota. That is the guy. Like, can he score a late night winner? Yes, he can. Can he score a hat trick? Yes, he can. Can you rely on him when Šeško is injured, when Isak is injured? Can you rely on him? Yes, you can. Perfect. Just like in the perfect world, Liverpool sell Jota to Arsenal. Arsenal use Jota to win the league. End of story. I think there's that kind of quality that we don't have. I think that there are 3 qualities that we lack at Arsenal right now. 1, we lack players that have that natural ability to make things happen on their own when the team has failed. Players like Florian Wirtz, right? Players like the old Leroy Sané. Those players that will take a shot, will take on players, kind of Eden Hazard, right? I think we've had such players before in Cesc Fabregas. We've had players like that before in Alexis Sanchez. We lack that kind of player right now. The second option and the second quality we lack at Arsenal is that Diogo Jota mentality. That kind of player that you will bring him on and he will find spaces and he will score. Like, we don't have super subs. Apart from Trossard, we don't have super subs at Arsenal. Like, you bring on a guy and, you're like, what is the difference between taking off Martinelli and bringing on Raheem Sterling, right? So I think we lack that. And Diogo Jota would be, such a player. And then thirdly, I think we lack these vocal leaders like Patrick Vieira. They're kind of dying out in football, but I think we lack such a player. So for me, Jota makes perfect sense. I want to talk about Lookman a bit. If Arsenal can't get Nico Williams, right? If we can't get Nico Williams, the problem with Lookman is that he's getting older and older, right? But Lookman is a perfect winger for me. He's a perfect winger. Can score goals. His game can be elevated to another level. I think Lookman could be, could transform into what Liverpool did with Salah. Because Salah had gone to Chelsea, things didn't work out, then he moved to Italy. And then Liverpool were like, we are going to bring in Salah, and if it works out, he's going to be a freak of a player. And he became a freak of a player. Liverpool legend now, one of the top scorers of all time in the Premier League, and the rest is history. So I think Lookman might be maybe slightly behind Salah in terms of talent and ability, but you could turn him into that. You could turn him into a freak of a player. So I'll see you in the next one. But Joan Garcia said to be Arsenal's second signing of the summer, and Diogo Jota, there is a story there, right? There is a story there. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I would love Jota at Arsenal.